Football's a brutal business. Anything that's ultra competitive, where you've got passionate fans, you get results that might not go your way, there's so much at stake, right? It's elite sport. Politics would be another one where there's a huge amount at stake. People that can love you one minute, turn on you on the next. There's maybe people inside that might be working against you. And of course, the elite levels of business, the same rules apply. It's really important if you're in that place, for God's sake, don't put your friends in charge of your crisis management and your media training and your reputation. Your friends, good friends, will back you even when they know you're wrong. That's what good friends do. Everybody will back you when they know you're right. So great, you've got friends that are going to stick by you, that will motivate you, that will talk you up when things are bad. But what you really want is somebody that can be that voice of realism, that can help you find the right way through. Someone that's not scared to tell you, well, actually, by the way, you're wrong, and this is going to end really badly. So listen to me, we'll put it right, and your friends will still be there for you at the end. Willfried Nancy has taken over as Celtic manager. It was pretty obvious to me right from the beginning, when you look at his track record, or lack of, in terms of Scottish and UK football at least, that the media and a section of the fan base were going to tell this story. Here's a guy who's driven by process. Here's a guy who, on paper, has all the football philosophy, but we don't know if he can cut it in this ultra-competitive, really fast, tough Scottish league. And by the way, we're coming into winter. It's not going to be pretty, but we need you to win. Here's a guy, on paper, great coach. I wonder if he's a little bit out of touch. Does he connect with the players and the fans the same way St. Martin did? And they loved Martin O'Neill. The success he's had in the past, his personality, everything about him, incredibly media friendly. They love Martin O'Neill. So here's this guy coming in, and the story is, he's out of touch, he's process driven, doesn't really get it, doesn't really connect with the fans. Dare I say it, and nobody said this, but the undercurrent is, it's a little bit Paul Le Guen at Rangers. Great coach, don't get me wrong. Great coach, lovely guy, not here. That's the undercurrent. Now, somebody that wasn't a cheerleader for Willfried Nancy, somebody that had nothing to lose, would have been able to say to him, this is what they're going to do. Particularly if you don't win this game. And by the way, the club's in a bit of a mess because there's a fractured relationship between the fans and the board. Whatever you do, say something good about the fans. Connect with the fans. Make it clear that you really understand that a club like yours basically expects to win every single game. Every single game. And has done in some previous seasons. They expect to be undefeated all season. So if you lose this game, you're going to have to apologise. You're going to have to say that I know the fans won't accept this. And when you're being interviewed, make proper eye contact and say that. I'm sorry it didn't happen today. I know the fans don't accept this. Whatever you do, do not get out your tactics board unless you are absolutely convinced that you're going to win the game and all the games, in which case we'll paint you as a kind of wacky maverick. That might be okay. But if there's any doubt at all, do not get out your tactics board. And it's probably going to piss down with rain. So when it does, and you're 2-0 down, don't sit there buttoned up on the dugout, getting pissed on, soaking wet, looking like you'd rather be in Florida. Get up off your backside, Willfried. Get on that touchline and just jump about and look like you care. Until the last dying moment of the game. Get as animated as you possibly can be. And in the interview after the game, don't say it's not about the process, because the BBC will make that their headline, and it's just you yet again fueling this narrative about process, systems, philosophies. What we want to hear you talk about is winning football matches, connection with the fans, the absolute bursts of pace that we saw in the first half, the roar of the crowd when they got behind the team. I'm so sorry we didn't convert the opportunities, but I hope you saw some glimpses of how we're going to play. I will be working tirelessly with this team over the next few days to sharpen all that up and to turn those flashes into goals and results. We've got a cup final next weekend. I really hope I'll see you there. That is what I think he should have said. He's staring at the ground. He's looking like he'd rather be anywhere than here. And he is just yakking on like a football philosopher rather than a sleeves rolled up winner. That's the difference between having your mates telling you what to say and having an outsider with nothing to lose tell you what to say. It's going to be very interesting how that unfolds. I hope you're not in as competitive an environment as a football manager, but it's really valuable getting that outside perspective. Somebody who can come in and say, listen, this is what they think of you. This is who they think you are. Now, what have you got to show me that you're something different? And quite often, you actually get right to the core of the human being because you're touching on things that are quite sensitive for people. And it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of trust, and it takes a lot of character to look at these things that, I don't really like this about myself, because I kind of am a bit like that. How can we play to these strengths? How can we find that core truth that's going to take you through what will be probably quite a difficult period? Having somebody on the inside, having somebody friendly, often doesn't work.